Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Game 5 of Day 2 of the 2018 Standerbank Kersney Easter Rugby Festival. I've got Neil van Heerden alongside me for this one. Neil, there's been some enterprising rugby so far, and hopefully this one's just going to live up to that sort of reputation.
No, absolutely, Nick. We've had a cracking day of rugby despite the weather. Looking forward to this match very much so. Got a cracking match coming up here. The HTS Drostdy Donkeys teen Woestergem. Both have had a good weekend so far. I think we're in for a cracker.
Yeah, Welkom in their first game on Thursday. Sort of a non-entity. No one really knew what to expect, but gee, they came out absolutely firing.
Yeah, absolutely. This being their first tournament here at Kersney, no one really knew what to expect. But the news out of the Free Staters are these are some big boys. They've been playing some good rugby over the last couple of years.
Yeah, so Neil, just talk us through this Drostdy side. I know that you've been doing a bit of your homework and you know what's going on there.
No, absolutely. Drostdy have an absolutely cracking team. 9 of these boys all played Grand Cornwall in 2016. And they actually won their first match against Western Province, who were the favourites by far. So, yeah, absolutely talent-laden team, especially number 10, Baxter, 15 as well. Good quality, man. Yeah,
the Welkom side really showed what they're made of. On Thursday, the guys who stood out for me was Hussein Banzi, the number 5 lock. He was incredible, ran so well with the ball, but was really uncompromising on defence. Keko Morabe was another player that did well with ball in hand and on defence, and also sort of around the tight fringes, which was so good to see. So, HTS Drostdy kicking off, playing from right to left as we look at the screen. Up go Welkom, and they managed to secure the ball nicely. Trying to get a little go forward deep inside their own half, just keeping the HTS Drostdy forwards honest. Drostdy managing to get this one towards the touchline, but it's at the back. The box kick comes through from Georgian Kivit. So Drostdy on the front, looking to get themselves back into the front foot. Massive kick downtown towards the 22. Kivit's back waiting for it. Pass inside to his fly half. Davids finds a bit of real estate on the left-hand side of the field, and the ball rolls kindly for him into touch. Both sides just feeling each other out in that first minute of the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Nick. Great kick from Davids there.
It's quite difficult to pick the numbers on these Welkom players. The numbers are very the same colour as their jerseys, the red and black stripes. So just bear with us, folks, as we try and give you the most up-to-date names as possible. Drostdy with the first line out. Henrik Nordier was unable to take it. It's fallen on the side of Welkom. Kivit beats a couple defenders, takes the ball in. Drostdy trying to get over it and steal that one, but it's still there for the men from Welkom. To the right they go. Strong carry from Martley Baiman. The hooker was also very prominent, but it's well played there from Drostdy, getting over the ball. That's top work from Diva Noble by the looks of things.
Yeah, absolute excellent contesting of the ball there.
So Sean Baxter has opportunity to take play into the Welkom half of the field. Yeah, strong kick from the fly half. Taking play just about 10 metres out from the 22 of Welkom Gymnasium. Really going to want to secure this one. Throwing into the line out, Wynand du Plessis in the number 2 jersey for HTS Drostdy. Nordier, the man calling the line outs. They go deep. That's a top line out to the captain. That's CJ van Rensburg. Baxter has to take it behind him, but he's done well. Floats the pass over the top. Brilliant work there. Great hands from the HTS Drostdy players. Busting on the outside, Koen Janssen, but he's gone into touch. Just showing the Welkom players how dangerous they can be when they get ball in hand.
Absolutely. Excellent play from Drostdy. They're using the back of the line-out option so that they could play quick ball for the backs, and then they got the ball wide.
The ball's fallen onto the side of Welkom, but there's going to be a free kick. Numbers by the looks of things, so Welkom have an opportunity to relieve their lines. Just being put under a bit of pressure here early on in the first half. Davids taps and gives it a good solid hoof down the field. Not out of the woods yet by any means for Khum.
Drostdy will definitely be using this opportunity to attack. Great field position.
It's Wynand du Plessis as the rain starts coming down a little bit harder here at Kersney. It's been tough conditions for players all day, but it's fallen on the side of Drostdy. I mean, a bigger pardon on the side of Welkom Khum. Good run. That looks like the number 8, Keke. Kiewit's kick has charged down, but it's gone straight into touch. So he will breathe a sigh of relief there. But yeah, Neil, luckily that mist has abated a little bit, because a couple of games ago it was almost impossible to see what was happening on the other side of the field.
Yeah, our apologies for that one. Sorry, back to the game.
Oh, good hard run from the number 8, Murabe. He's taken play up to his 10-meter line, but unfortunately the pass can't go to hand, so there's an opportunity, but no advantage accruing. The scrum's going to go the way of HTS Drostdy.
Good field position here for Drostdy. Pretty much in the middle of the field. Options on either side. Let's see what they can do here.
I remember last year they had an electric backline, and I see that they've got a couple of returning players from last year too, which is exciting for them and encouraging for them. So I've got a feeling that there's going to be a pretty exciting backline move coming off the back of this scrum. Middle of the field, just short of the Welkom Khum 10-meter line.
Sean Baxter, the number 10, of course, playing Craven Week last year for Boerland. All eyes will be on him to see what he can do and see if he can spark his backline today.
Justin Henning looks like he's going to be feeding the scrum. He digs for it, gets it out, gets it off to his fly Baxter. A little bit of a looping pass as Baxter drops it on the foot for the chase. Coming through is Van Rooyen, but unfortunately they can't hold on to it. It was a fairly well-weighted kick from Baxter.
It set up perfectly for Rooyen. Unfortunately, I think he just lifted his eyes at the last moment to see what the defense were doing, and it took his eyes off the ball and knocked that one on.
So Drostdy keeping Welkom Khum under the pump here in their own 22. Just keeping the pressure on them. It's been a nice consistent start from Drostdy. Free kick, early engage. So another reprieve for Welkom Gymnasium.
Basics there, Nick. They'll be really disappointed with that one.
And Davids' kick doesn't necessarily give them the distance that they would have liked off that one. It seems like a complete contrast to how they played on Thursday. Thursday they were on the front foot almost from the get-go, and now they've been put under a little bit of pressure, so it's going to be interesting to see how Khum reply to this early pressure. Nordia gets up. He's their line-out man. Baxter in the middle of the field to his captain. Good hard run, good defending though from Welkom Khum in the middle of the field. To the left-hand side, Henning goes. Good little chip through from Jasper. Good cover from the Welkom Khum defense. Kiewit back to Davids, who's got a bit of time. And he manages to get that one out off the park.
Yeah, Drostdy looking to put Khum under pressure with little dinks in behind the defensive line. It's working at the moment. They're keeping them pinned down in their half of the field, playing the territory game. And that might be quite a smart idea in the conditions that we're having today.
We mentioned that the mist had abated, but it's on its way back by the looks of things. The ball goes in, taken in by the captain van Rensburg. Khum do well to sack them all. Baxter looking to get his players away on the outside. Unfortunately, Gerrit van Zyl is scragged in a tackle. Henning with the box kick. Is it far enough? It is. It's fallen on the floor. Oh. Luckily for Welkom Khum, they managed to get their hand on it.
Taken back though, and so Drostdy will have the 5-meter scrum.
They have been on the front foot here, Drostdy, for the first 8 minutes of this one. They're really going to want to take away some points from this situation.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nick. With the backline that they have, they should really be looking to put some points on the board here.
Christy Grobler playing in the number 13 jersey, was another player that had a really sound game on Thursday. Ran hard, defended well, just what you want from your outside centre.
He's a tall, strong boy, another Craven Week player from last year.
Welkom trying to put them under a bit of pressure, but it's still going to be a put-in for HTS Drostdy. Pitch is starting to churn up a little bit in places, make it a little bit interesting and a bit tough underfoot, I think.
I wouldn't want to be one of those forwards right now scrumming down, Nick.
Yeah, it could get a little bit interesting in that front row, especially with the muddy patches. Looks like they're stuck in the middle of one on the far side. The amount of rugby that's been happening on this pitch and the amount of rain we've had today, it's held up really nicely. So Henning feeds. Good solid scrum from Drostdy. Baxter. Skip pass to Grobler. Grobler, brilliant break. Brilliant break from the outside centre. Found himself in some space. Held off the one defender and got himself and his team over the line for their first try.
We had just mentioned Christy Grobler there, Nick. Hits the line with a fend, glides over for the try. Excellent work there.
As soon as he got past the first line of defence, the cover defence was never going to stop him from getting over. He just had to hold off the defender so he couldn't get onto the ball and just powered over for a good try. It just seemed a bit too easy for Drostdy there. There was just 2 passes and Grobler was in for the score.
No, absolutely, Nick. The coaches of Gim will be unhappy with that one, just how easy it was. Baxter with a relatively easy kick over here.
And he makes no mistake. Brilliant kick from the fly half. 7-0. Just over 10 minutes gone in this one.
Adds the extras 7-0 to HTS Drostdy over Welkom Gymnasium.
Ja, hartlike welkom aan al ons kykers uit die Boland en die Vrystaat. Ons is bly julle kan inskakel. Drostdy wat die eerste punte aangeteken het en hier gaan ons weer.
And the kickoff goes back. Easy take there for Drostdy. Taking it down was Andre Nel. Henning. Solid defending from Welkom Gym. That's what they became known for on Thursday. Uncompromising on defense. And they just set up the exit play, but Baxter doesn't want to get the pass. He's caught behind the gain line. Inside his 22, Welkom Gym try and flood through the breakdown, but they've knocked it on.
Unfortunate there, Nick. They were under a lot of pressure there. The rush defense put Baxter under pressure. He couldn't deal with it. He didn't have time for the kick. Decided to cut back in. Got caught way behind the gay line. Lucky to come away with it.
Welkom Gym just trying to get themselves straight through that breakdown, take up the space past the ball, and get the ball back and put themselves into attacking position, but just a little knock on there on the ground. And Drostdy under pressure now for the first time in the match. Henning feeds. Solid scrum from Drostdy. Referee looked like he wasn't going to blow that one, but he does. So it seems like we had an hour respite from the mist, and it's back with a vengeance now.
Seems to be the pattern of the day. Mist coming in and going out, coming in and going out. Still quite light compared to this morning though. Visibility is still quite good.
Much better than earlier when we got to stages where we couldn't even see the scoreboard on the far side of the field. So the front row is just feeling each other out by the looks of things. Not quite sure whether they're ready to go. Tommy Bezaden, it looks like he's on the loose head side for HTS Drostdy.
Let's talk about Tommy Bezaden for a second. He is a mammoth of a man, weighing in at 120 kgs. That's unusual for schoolboy rugby. Also a member of that same Grand Cornwall squad I mentioned earlier in 2016.
Well, the penalty's gone the way of Welkom Gym. Bezaden didn't look like he was ready to scrum. And the referees had enough, given the penalty to Welkom Gym, and they've duly decided to take the shot at goal. Try and get themselves on the scoreboard. CJ van Rensburg just having a word with the referee about that penalty. It took a couple of resets, and I think the ref had decided that enough was enough. Ryan Davids, man stepping up to take this one. Celebrated his birthday a couple days ago on the 24th.
Veel geluk met jou verjaarsdag, Ryan Davids.
And Davids has given them 3 points. So Welkom back into this one with their first points of the day. 7 points to 3. HTS Drostdy leading nearly halfway through the first half.
I think Drostdy will try and go deep again here, Nick. Pinchim back in their half. That's pretty much what they've been trying to do this game.
Baxter
deep they go.
Does exactly that, goes deep into the 22. Give it a couple passes. Davids sums it up and then goes with the kick. And that's a good win for Drostdy. They've got the line out just outside the 22 of Welkom Gymnasium on the front foot. Yeah, we just have a look at this front row of Drostdy. It is mammoth. The line out goes in, but unfortunately it's not straight. So attacking opportunity goes a begging.
I think the slippery ball proving difficult to deal with for the hookers today, Nick.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen it throughout the day. Lineouts have been a problem. So packing down on the tight head side for Drostdy is Divan Noble, who's also a big chunk of a man.
Yeah, he cuts an imposing figure, Nick. The 2 men on the bench today as well, Trevor Loupsha and Dion Bredenkamp.
That's a massive scrum from Drostdy, but somehow Welkom come away with it. Baxter getting involved there, making the tackle on the fly on the short ball. Penalty goes away of Drostdy. So great work on defence there from the fly half, Sean Baxter. And Van Rensburg quickly points to the poles. Judging by the way Baxter's kicked so far, this should be a formality, but I mentioned that on Thursday, and another one of the prominent kickers duck hooked it and nearly hit the touch judge in the head.
Commentator's curse, Nick.
Absolutely. Baxter's first strike was really solid, nice and smooth from him. Doesn't look like he puts too much effort in, just a really good timer of the ball. You just get those kickers who have that ability to just stroke it. Don't put in a hell of a lot of effort. The leg speed doesn't seem to be too quick, but the ball travels a mile. He's kicked it low, and he's nailed it.
Flags go up, 3 more points.
Brilliant kick from Baxter. So 10-3, Drostdy lead. So they've been down in the half of Welkom twice and scored a try and took a penalty away. So that'll encourage him, but it'll also be worrying signs for Welkom. So the restart, Nordia wants it, takes it in nicely. Drostdy with solid work there to secure the ball off the kickoff. Another strong tackle from Welkom. They're trying to flood through that one. Pedrik Manink has done really well there, the man in number 16 jersey.
Yeah, Drostdy will be disappointed with that after having just put 3 points on the board. They are stuck in their own 22. The coach will have a word with them at halftime about their exit strategy, Nick.
So another good attacking opportunity for Welkom. They're going to want to get themselves a 5-pointer here, or 3 points at least, with this visit to the 22. As Makink waits for the ball. With time ticking away, as it does in Festival Rugby, we have running time because you can't stop, otherwise we'll be starting the last game in pitch black. And they've lobbed it into no man's land. It looks to be knocked on by Drostdy. Oh, but hasn't gone straight into the line out. That's the coach is going to be tearing his hair out. He's just in front of us here.
Another line out, gonna begging. Boys really seem to be struggling with the wet ball today, Nick.
I think it was also more of a communication issue there. They had two pods, and Muckink just threw it sort of into the middle of the two. And neither of them were going to really put in much effort to jump. So, unfortunately for the hooker, I know his feeling. It's never your fault, it's always the jumpers. So, scrum down, Drostdy. Penalty goes away of Welkom. Well, that's a good win for them.
Scrumming in, I think, is the call there from the referee. I think Khimmies will take the 3 points on offer here.
That's what they're going to be doing. Ryan Davids looking to set up another shot at goal. 15 meters in from the right-hand touchline.
Yeah, for any of you guys that watched the Super Rugby match this morning between the Sharks and the Blues, I think the Sharks proved that as long as you can keep the scoreboard ticking, take 3 points every time you get into the opposition 22, even though they got outscored, I think by 2 tries, they still managed to win quite comfortably.
It was a cracking game. We had the live streaming on when we were sitting up in the PA's booth. It was an unbelievable game of rugby, and it's the Sharks are the only side overseas that have got a positive winning record at Eden Park against the Blues.
It's hard time. Our loyal Shark fans have been waiting patiently this season.
We have indeed. So Davids with a solid strike, and he's turned and run back. That's a good kick from the fly off. So 3 more points for Welkom Gymnasium. 10-6 now with just under 10 minutes to go, I beg your pardon, in the first half. So Khimmies want to get back down there. They've taken points every time they've been in the half.
Points for Welkom Gymnasium, taking the score to 10 points to 6 to HTS Drostdy.
Baxter gets us underway, goes nice and deep once again, as he has done before. Kiewit with the clearance kick. That's a spectator killer, that one.
Kiewit was unhappy about that one. I think he came off the side of the boot, Nick. He would have wanted a little bit more distance on that.
It's absolutely rocketed into the stands, and hope no one's been injured. Nordia, good take at the front of the line out. Long pass to Baxter, looking for his captain on the short one. It's another massive hit there in the middle of the field by Morabe. He's been uncompromising, that man. To the right they go. Baxter, great ball into the hands of Grobler, the try scorer who runs up just short of the 22. Short ball, strong run from Wynand du Plessis, but good defending from Khimmies. Baxter into his captain van Rensburg's hands, but he's taken behind the gain line. That's good line speed there from Khimmies, but they've given the penalty away. Another one.
Tackler not releasing. He made a good tackle, but I think Murray managed to get his knees to the ground, and of course that's the tackle affected, so he had to let go and before he could have another go at it.
And Khimmies are going to be kicking themselves because they're in a position here where they could concede another 3 points. They just haven't seemed to have that exit play down yet. They've just kicked the ball out just past the 22 on a couple of occasions, which has put them under automatic pressure.
We seem to be playing the match in the 22s, and not much play happening in the middle of the field, Nick.
Sean Baxter with another kick from the near side of the field. And unfortunately, he's just pushed that one out wide. Didn't come around like he would like it to. 22-meter dropout. Drostdy leaving a couple points out there, but Khimmies will be quite happy with the fact that they haven't conceded another 3. Davids with the 22-meter dropout. Sort of wurvurs down the middle of the field. Baxter to the right-hand side. Good running there, taking on a couple defenders. Henning wants it, but good rucking there. Top counter ruck from Welkom Gymnasium.
Unfortunately, the little knock-on on the floor there at the base of that ruck. There was space out wide, Nick. They'll be really disappointed with that one.
It was strong work from Christo Steyn for Welkom Gym to get power right through that ruck and then just disturb the ball, and the knock-on came. Little bit of a sigh of relief there from the Gym coaching staff, I think. They have an opportunity here.
Scrum pretty much bang in the middle. They've gone for the 4-2 split.
Massive scrum from Drostdy, but Morabe goes beautifully on the right-hand side. He bounces off a number of defenders, and he's still going. Oh, but it's inside pass to a scrum of Kiewit. Doesn't go to hand. Nordeer's hacked it forward. There's no one at home here. It's going to be an interesting race. Maastricht manages to get back, and he got the ball on the outside to his winger, Marno April, whose kick just skews off the side of his foot. So Drostdy back on the front foot. The hack forward from the number 7, Nordeer, proved to be the difference there. Brilliant work from him. And he's going to be wanting to call the line outs here and make sure that they secure the ball. Gym just going up at the front. That's a brilliant line out. Nordeer's taking it in. Van Rensburg now has it. They're looking to set the driving maul. They've got a good bit of momentum here. They scored like this on Thursday, but it's gone to ground. Baxter, the little grubber through. Good hand there from Welkom Gym, but they've knocked it on. Groblaar's got it, gets it out of the back door. Brilliant work there. Oh, but Cohen Jasper's pass doesn't quite go to hand. And there's no advantage. It's gone forward by the looks of things. Scrum down, Welkom Gym ball.
Play a bit scrappy at the moment, Nick. There was definitely space out wide. There was an opportunity, but just couldn't get the pass to go to hand.
Conversely, I think Keke Morabe will be kicking himself, making that that speculating pass on the inside to a scrum off. Although if it had gone to hand, it could have been tickets. Big scrum needed here from Welkom Gym inside their own half of the field. Drostdy putting them under the pump. Morabe once again gives a short ball away, but they can't hold on to it. Welkom Gym trying to make those 50-50 passes. The slippery ball isn't helping them. Not used to this sort of weather in the Free State.
They play on cement there, Nick.
Much drier, much harder.
I think their coach will be having a chat to them at half time, telling them just not to force those 50-50s that you spoke about, costing them at the moment. Scrum right in the middle again. Interesting setup here from Drostdy. Lots of options.
Baxter to the left-hand side of the scrum. They've got the shoulder that they wanted. Baxter, the short ball. Good hard run there in the middle of the field from Van Rooyen. Henning once again. Massive run from Bezuidenhout. Good defending though. They're trying to keep him in the air, but he's on the ground.
Managed to get his knees to the floor.
Baxter, short pass, but solid defending. The knock-on comes there. Good hard work on defense in the middle of the field from Welkom Gym, forcing the knock-on. It's always difficult, especially in these conditions, to take those flat balls on the gain line, especially when you've got two defenders in front of you.
Gym have also managed to concentrate their forwards in exactly that channel. I think they might have done their homework, had a look at the match between Drostdy and Glenwood on Thursday. And their forwards have been uncompromising so far in this first half. Georgian
Kiewit to feed the scrum. Another big one from Drostdy.
We've got a tight head.
They've got themselves a tight head.
Drostdy boys are fired up. Great scrum there.
Yeah, a few handbags going on in the front row. Not great when you concede a tight head, so I think a couple of the Welkom Gym players taking that one to heart. Referee just having a word. There we go. Let's get back on with it. Carl Signani the number 3 for Welkom Gymnasium. Ruben Henning, the man with the ball in the jersey number 21. So now his backline the majority of the backline have lined up to the right-hand side of the scrum. Still got options here. Cohen Jasper's on the left. They go to the right-hand side. Baxter. Groblash on the short ball, and he's cut straight through again. Oh no, but unfortunately for him, his pass doesn't go to hand. I think he might have done a bit better if he had gone by himself.
I agree with you there, Nick. Groblash was straight through. From 5 meters out, they weren't going to stop him. He should have backed himself, and I'm sure they would have had another 5 points on the board if that was the case. But again, Groblash showing his worth, hitting the line, seemingly breaking it at ease.
Yeah, Gimmies have got a lot of work to do in that outside centre channel. That's Jamie Haynes' channel. So another big scrum needed here from both sides. Drostdy putting Gimmies under the pump deep in their own half. But that's a much better scrum from Gim. Murabi's got the opportunity to pick and go. Solid run from the number 8, taking play just 10 meters short of the 22. The exit plays on here with Davids. Looks for the spiral, and he's found a pretty good touch in the end. Some attention from the Drostdy defenders, but he opts for the old-fashioned spiral kick. You don't see that too often these days. And he takes play just short of his own 10-meter line. Not out of the woods, but definitely giving themselves a little bit more breathing space. Drostdy setting up the line out. They've gone with a full line out by the looks of things. There's just a...
This should be the last play of the game, the first half. Drostdy would be looking to great take it from the line out.
Brilliant work there from Drostdy. Baxter. Groblash once again. He's been dangerous with ball in hand. He's cutting back. Taking in a tackle on the 10-meter line of Welkom Gymnasium. Henning comes to the left-hand side. Baxter show and go. But he's lost the ball by the looks of things. It's popped back on the Gym side. They've got advantage. David stepping one. Give it to the right-hand side. Strong, hard run in the middle from Van Asweg, and takes a couple defenders to take him down. Give it off to that big man, Banzi. He drives hard up towards the halfway line. Give it again. Oh, but he's been cleaned out. Absolutely smoked by Wynand du Plessis. The referee says that that's a penalty. I think it's a bit too far to go for post, so they're going to set up the line out by the looks of things.
I think in this weather, it takes a couple of meters off of the distance as well for poles, and so I think rightly opting to go for the touch. Oh, not a great kick there. You would have wanted more distance on that one, Nick.
Yeah, I definitely would have. It was always going to be a difficult kick. He was almost slap bang in the middle of the field. And I was mentioning a little bit earlier, I think, is that you're never too confident with your foot placing when you're kicking, especially in the condition the field's in. But they do have an opportunity still, but they can't find their jumper again. Disappointing stuff for Gym as Drostdy come away with it on their own 10-meter line. Henning digs it. Looks like they don't want to get it off the park. Flooding through were Welkom Gym, but that's going to be half-time. It's been quite an interesting first half of rugby with both sides. When they've got into the danger zone, they've been able to score, but it looked like Drostdy just took their foot off the pedal maybe a little bit towards the end of the half. But Neil, just sum that half up for us. Drostdy with a 7-point lead, but Welkom Gym have been clinging on there.
Yeah, I think neither team can claim absolute ascendancy so far in this game. Welkom Gym, with their big uncompromising forwards, have breached the gain line almost every single time that they've gone forward. I think they'll be looking for more of that, Nick, more of keeping the ball in hand, especially in the forwards' hands.
Okay, folks, just join us in a couple minutes for the second half of this one between HTS Drostdy and Welkom Gymnasium. Welcome back as the mist rolls in once again here at Startfield. HTS Drostdy, Welkom Gymnasium. It's the men from the Boerland that are leading this one. They've scored a try and kicked a converted try and a penalty to take themselves into a 10 points to 6 lead. 2 penalties from Welkom Gym keep them just in touch in this one. Half an hour to go in this, our second to last game of the day. We've had some really enterprising rugby so far. Some good, strong results. In the last game, Glenwood beating Dale College 39 points to 0. The Glenwood boys really showing their worth in that one and showing that they're going to be another force to be reckoned with in rugby, if not Natal or KwaZulu-Natal, throughout the country this year, Neil.
No, absolutely. And I think the coaches from Welkom Gymnasium would have kept an eagle eye on that one. They're playing them on Monday, and I think that's another cracker of a game.
I think that score in the game before this one, 39-0, might not have done Dale as much justice as it looks. I think they were better than 39-0. They made a few mistakes that just cost them quite a few tries in the end. That Glenwood side is so well drilled, and they pounced on any opportunity that they got.
I also think, unfortunately, the weather that we're experiencing today doesn't exactly suit Dale's style of play. The boys love to give the ball air. They prefer a firm surface that allows them to step in between the players, and so I think that might have been a contributing factor as well, Nick.
So Ryan David's going to get us back underway for the second half. Playing from right to left, Welkom Gym, kick off deep. Sean Baxter with the exit opportunity there. Kicks it deep towards the halfway line, taken in by Kivit. Pass on the insides. Oh, it's into the hands of Morabe. Another strong run from the number 8. Kivit to the left-hand side. Pass on the inside into the hands of Banzi. Kivit wants to go to the right. It's behind Morabe, but he's done well to gather that one. He's juggled it a little bit. Still there for Welkom Gym. Perfect start to the second half for them on the attack, and they've got an advantage. Kivit, Davids. Strong take from Makink up towards the 22-meter line. Kivit to the right-hand side. Good hard run from Christo Steyn, but equally hard defending from HTS Drostdy. Kivit with a little snipe around the fringe. Gets a pass away. Strong work there from Welkom Gymnasium. The ball's in the air. They're looking to get it back once again. Oh, but Drostdy haven't managed to turn that one over. Banzi holds it up, gives it off to Makink. Makink needs to try and get a pass, but he can't get a clean one away. Van Asvegen recycled the ball well. Taken in by Steyn. Little bit of a start run from the number 7. Kivit, short ball, grab it through from Van Asvegen. But Sean Baxter has the opportunity to relieve the pressure. Probably the wrong option there from the number 12, Van Asvegen. They had the front foot ball and he just put it on the toe. The coach in front of us here from Welkom Gym is absolutely tearing his hair out.
I think at halftime he would have given them the instructions to keep it channel 1 ball, rumble it up with the forwards. They looked really good. They were going over the advantage line almost at will. And then just, unfortunately, the little dink through not...
The line out works out. Welkom Gym get themselves the maul going. Driving maul from the men from the Free State. Looks to have fractured a little bit as Drostdy try and just spoil the ball. It's on the ground. Kivit's got it. Davids gets a wide ball, but Van Asvegen can't hold on. And he's knocked it on, but there's a penalty in front of the ball, I think.
Play in front of the ball, playing the ball from the offside position there, Nick. It's very difficult having the ball right in front of you and not being able to play it.
Yeah, the instincts kick in. So you've got to suppress every single natural instinct.
Baxter finds touch just inside Drostdy's half. I think they'll be looking to execute another backline move here, maybe get the ball into the hands of Grobler once again at outside center.
Duplessis with the feed, goes right to the back, but it's popped over the top. Kiewit can't hold it. Baxter can't hold it either. So a couple knock-ons there. Going to be a scrum down to HTS Drostdy. And coming back onto the field is Justin Henning with his head quite heavily strapped. He's taking the place of Lucinio Elias.
Yeah, comedy of errors there, Nick, unfortunately. The ball getting really difficult to handle as the miss sets in, the rain comes down.
Pretty miserable conditions to be playing rugby, but the players have just got to shrug it off, keep it nice and tight, and just cut down on the 50-50 passes. Quick ball, Henning, Baxter. Cut out pass, good, hitting the line is Jasper. Cohen Jasper has gone on a run there out wide. Brilliant work from the fullback up into the 22. Henning once again. Kiewit has gone right over the ruck and scragged the scrum off. They've got advantage. No advantage there accruing. But Cohen Jasper wants to go quickly. The referee calls him back. There's almost a borderline professional foul there from Georgian Kiewit as he flew straight over the ruck and played the scrum off.
I agree with you there. I think he's lucky to get away with just a penalty. Drostdy had quick ball. They would have been looking to get that one out wide. Quick tap.
So Nordia takes on the defence, tackled by his opposite number. Henning's got his captain standing off. Oh, but it's nearly intercepted, but it's come back on the Drostdy side. They've got advantage for a knock, I think. Yeah, Henning just holding that one up, giving the Welkom defence the opportunity to get right in amongst the attackers. And there was nearly an interception. So strong work there again from Cohen Jasper, just showing his clean pair of heels to get on the outside. Unfortunately, he just didn't have any support on the outside, so he had to try and go himself. Good work on defence in the end from Khim, getting over the ball, and then Kiewit gave the penalty away. But here we go. Henning, Baxter, the pass doesn't get to him in the end. It's come back on the Khim side. So Khim breathing a sigh of relief here. They've got an opportunity to clear their lines. Davids with the raking kick towards Henning again. The man with the heavily strapped head. Here goes Cohen Jasper. Up towards the 22-meter line. He's probably about 10 meters out. Heading to the left-hand side once again. Baxter. The cutout ball, but it doesn't go to hand. It's knocked on. So HTS Drostdy, another opportunity goes a begging for them. They've had the majority of the ball in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and just nothing to say for it in the end. Passes, unfortunately for them, not going to hand. And a couple knock-ons have been the difference between them and another 5 points, I would think.
I think they'll try and keep it a little bit closer to the number 10 in the future. I think that second pod standing just a little bit too far off.
Penalty, Welkom. Illegal scrummaging is the call from the referee. So HTS Drostdy giving the men from Welkom another bit of respite. David's going to kick to the open side. Whatever sort of breeze there is, Welkom do have it at their back in the second half. So can they get it right this time? They've battled today at the lineouts.
Over the top
again. Over the top once again. And it looks like the advantage goes to Drostdy for the knock. A couple passes into the hands of Grobler. He's tucked it and he wants to go. But I think we've got quite a serious injury in the middle of the field. Not entirely sure what's happened there. It looks like it's number 7, Christo Steyn, who's down. And the referee, with the shrill blow of the whistle, has brought a stop to play because he doesn't look in a good way. No, that isn't Christo Steyn. Just looking up around the field. think it's Cole Signani, the number 3, but he looks like he's back up and running. Bit ginger, but he seems to want to carry on playing.
I think Drostdy will feel a little bit hard done by there. The break was on, Nick.
Yeah, definitely. They had the opportunity to go wide. But the referee's just gone and shrill blast, bring play back. Just make sure that the players' well-being is the top of mind.
Absolutely.
Justin Henning's also getting some running repairs after he went off for, I think, blood and got his head strapped. Well, they need him to come and feed the scrum. So we'll wait for the scrum off as the rain starts pelting down, as you can see on the screen there. It's probably the hardest it's been today. Pretty uncharacteristic for Easter. I'd think it's normally heading towards the autumn, so it's getting a bit drier and a little bit chilly, but no one ever complains about a bit of rain in these days.
All eyes will be on this scrum. Now, Drostdy has struggled with the last couple of scrums, being pinged for illegal scrummaging. They'll be hoping to set a good, solid foundation for their backline to be able to play off here, Nick.
So Henning back up and running. He's been repaired. Got the white strapping on the head now as he feeds the scrum. Solid scrum from Drostdy. Baxter cuts out Grobelaar, but it looks like it's gone forward.
Bit of miscommunication there in the centres. I don't think Grobelaar was expecting that and just ran into the ball a little bit. They got in the way of the pass.
It is festival rugby. It's the beginning of the season for most of these teams, so look, you can understand the mistakes, the issues at sort of first phase off the lineouts. Good attacking opportunity for Welkom Gymnasium in the middle of the field. Backs have lined up flat on the left-hand side of the scrum. Murabi goes to the right, gives it all to Kiewit. Great tackle from Henning on his opposite number. Murabi once again, he's taken in a solid tackle, but gets a pass away to Steyn. Kiewit wants the ball once again. Davids. Good angle there, up to the 10-meter line they go, driving hard. Davids with it, rips it away from his fellow player. Kiewit to the right. Murabi who wants to go again. Good little cutback and a kick through, but it's gone straight into the hands of Koen Jasper, who's going off on a run here. Passes it off to Baxter. Baxter to Grobelaar. Grobelaar's cutting on the inside. Gets a pass away to Koen Jasper. Koen Jasper, does he have the pace to go all the way? He's taken a tumble just short of the line. Good defending there from Welkom Gym. They're about a meter out. To the left they go. Nordier cuts back. But it's solid defending again. They're trying to keep the ball in the air. Just there, Henning to his captain Van Rensburg, who burrows under, but he's knocked it on. He has knocked the ball on, and a definite try, has gone a begging.
So unfortunate, Nick. Jasper looking really dangerous each and every single time he gets his hand on the ball. Good interplay there between the backline. Chrissy Grobelaar also heavily involved there. Unfortunately, though, I think the wrong option to try and take it in there. If it had gone wide to the left, I think they were in trouble.
Look here, Grobelaar just holding up the defenders. He tucked it under the arm, so he knew he wasn't going to pass it. But then that's a brilliant pass on the inside to Jasper. Davids was chasing hard, but couldn't hold on. This is brilliant cross-cover work from Street by the looks of things. Getting back was Upler de Kock too, to make a try-saving tackle there. So, sigh of relief for the coaching staff of Welkom Gym. Under the pump here, though. This is a massive scrum.
Again, Sorry, Nick. Again, the penalty at scrum time going to Khimmies. They'll be really, really disappointed with that one, will the Drostdy boys.
So the Khimmies able to get this one down towards their own 10-meter line, out of their danger zone. But they haven't, their line-out hasn't been firing at all, so they're going to still be under a bit of pressure. Just need a bit more better communication at the line-out. Steyn gets up, good win from the number 7. Play on, Kiewit running back into the traffic. That's a good little step in the end there from Van Asweg, and I think Kiewit with the little box, but it's been charged down. He's been taken out in the air, going up for it. Carlo Nagel being a bit ahead of himself, I think, and trying to take the play out in the air. So the penalty goes away of Khimmies again. Looks like McNeil Matthews who's gone and hit that. But that's brilliant work at the back from Cohen Jasper, managing to keep that ball in play. Up Liddecock. Murabe. Under pressure, puts a little kick in. It's a nothing kick down the middle of the field. Nordia with a step. Gets the offload into the hands of Viljoen. Viljoen on the 10-meter line of Welkom Gymnasium. Henning, Baxter. Cut out pass, brilliant hands there from Bezuidenhout. He's still going, the big man. To the right, Henning Baxter. Dummy from the fly half, beats a couple defenders. Henning with the little show and go. Cohen Jasper taking in a tackle just short of the 22-meter line. Henning, Nordia. Well played by the little scrum off Kiewit. Good line speed from him. Henning again. Viljoen getting involved once again. Kiewit's decided that he's going to spoil the ball, but it's a knock-on from him, I think, is the call from the referee. Making a little bit of a nuisance of himself around the fridges.
Exactly what you'd expect from a scrum off there, Nick. Catching him, his timing was quite good. Was deemed not to be offside. Came from the blind. Surprised, hitting a little bit there. Unfortunately, knocked the ball forward, and Drostdy have another opportunity here. They'll be worried about their scrums, though. Haven't done awfully well today. The conditions there are not ideal for scrumming. Again, they'll be looking to fix the issues that they have at scrum time to unleash this potent backline of theirs, Nick. No,
absolutely. Unfortunately for HTS Drostdy, they just haven't been able to get those phases together like they did in the first half. They've been a lot of their ball has been spoilt by Welkom Gym, which to Welkom Gym's credit has been a bit of a lifesaver for them in the second half. A guy like Keke Murabe has been running hard, defending well, abrasive in the contact areas. As we get ready for another scrum in this one. This time the feed goes the way of Drostdy. They've been under pressure, but they haven't been able to win a lot of scrums because they've given away a couple penalties, but that's a much better scrum from them. Henning comes to the right-hand side into the hands of Baxter. The cut-out pass. That's gone into that quick feet of Cohen Janssen, but he's been bundled into touch. So Cohen Janssen just with the little shimmy, but he's been bundled into touch. As we see the golf cart coming back out again. Seen it a couple times today, which is unfortunate. The Khimmies go to the line, but it's been tapped back on the Drostdy side. Good piece of work in the defensive line-out from Drostdy. Henning. Baxter with the skip ball to Grobler. Grobler coming on the inside once again. Great offload. Taking it in is Van Zyl. Pick and go there from Comfort. Solid defending though. Jasper goes to the left-hand side. A couple passes. Try time for HTS Drostdy. That has been coming for a while. Andre Nel in jersey number 19 gets in for the score. Brilliant work there on down the short side from Drostdy. Patient build-up from the men from the Boerland. Top try.
Absolutely, Nick. They've looked threatening this second half, but just haven't been able to keep the ball in hand. Finally, a bit of sustained pressure, managing to go through the phases, and they get rewarded.
Yeah, Koen Jasper ripping the ball out of Comfort's hands, going to the left-hand side. Just a couple passes here. All they needed to do was get that one going. Nordia not holding on to the ball this time, opening up the space, and Null goes over for a solid try.
Welkom Gymnasium will be looking to strike back immediately. As we go into the last 13 minutes of this game, 15-3 behind with a kick to come. 15-6, my apologies. Baxter unfortunately missing that conversion.
It was always going to be a difficult kick from out wide there. Could hardly even see the posts.
15-6 to HTS Drostdy.
All right, so here we go. Welkom Gym with it all to do with the last 12.5 minutes in this one. Kicking off is FC Du Plessis. He's on the field now. Solid clearance kick there from HTS Drostdy, taking play up to about their own 10-meter line. Good exits. They've just been really solid at the exit plays. So Gimmies have the ball once again on the 10-meter line of Drostdy. Keep it once. Davids with a little crack. But Drostdy trying to keep that one up there. Nordia and Van Rensburg right in and amongst it. It's popped out there for Kivit. Beaten one. Gets the pass away on the outside. It looked like they might be going in here. Upla LaRue beats a couple defenders. Brilliant work from the winger. Upla LaRue knows his way to the try line, that man. What a score from the winger. Had a lot of work to do when he got the ball on the right side. Top work from the wing, getting in for a much needed score for Welkom Gymnasium.
That is exactly what Welkom Gym needed there, Nick. Keeping themselves in the game with a great score, great piece of individual brilliance there from the winger.
Top stuff from Upla de Kok. He scored a good one on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Had a lot of, as I said, a lot of work to do. Took on the defenders and really pumped the legs, got through the tackles, and gifted his team a try. 15-11 with the kick to come. 10 minutes to go. We're in for a humdinger of a finish, I think, Neil.
No, I think you're right on there, Nick. Davids will be hoping to convert this one, bring them within 2. Then you bring the drop goal and the penalties into reckoning. Still enough time, though, 10.5 minutes.
It's a tricky kick from the right-hand side, and he's pulled it wide. So that's disappointing stuff. Still a 4-point deficit, but a try will get them in the lead here. 10 minutes to go. Drostdy still up here. It was a perfect response to that Drostdy try from Welkom Gym. As Sean Baxter is going to kick to the left to his forwards. Giving chase as the mist descends once again. Looks like he goes more down the middle of the field. And Gimmies whack it straight down the middle into the hands of Koen Jasper, who's been electric. Oh no, the charge down. Looks like it's going to pop into touch. The ball's going to win the race, but real pressure being put onto the men from the Boerland. They seem to be cracking a little bit under this Gimmies pressure, and we're going to be in for an interesting final 10.
Drostdy can count themselves lucky that that didn't stay in the field, Nick. Squirting off the side of the player's hands to go out.
On the field too is Martley Byman, number 2 for Gimmies. Oh, it's fallen for Kivit. He tries to get around the man. Brilliant defending in the end from Janssen. Penalty, HTS Drostdy. Looks like he's played the ball in the ruck, I think, as Kiewit. The scrum off thought he was going to get on the outside, but that's brilliant work from Cohen Janssen to make the tackle. That's an absolute try saver.
Absolutely. Then also getting onto his feet and helping affect the turnover there, or at least put pressure on the Welkom team.
So what we saw in the first half, Drostdy camped down on this side of the field. Gimmies are going to want to spend the majority of the last 8.5 minutes in this area of the field. They go to the front of the line out. That's a solid line out. Baxter, short ball to Comfort. Comfort going on a run. But he tries to get the pass away and it falls to ground.
Might have been better just to keep it in hand there.
Henning, box kick from the scrum off. Falls into the hands of FC Du Plessis. Goes on a run. Oh, no, he doesn't.
Referees brought him back for a penalty there, Nick.
I thought the teams had just given up.
Getting more and more difficult to see in this mist as it starts to settle in again.
Oh, no, but he hasn't kicked it out. It's gone over the dead ball line. That is absolute sacrilege. Very philanthropic of the Welkom Gym side. They've just given the ball back. And Drostdy will take that with open arms, I think.
The coach will be pulling out his hair. 7 minutes left. Opportunity to put pressure on the Drostdy team.
So scrum down, Drostdy's ball. The script could look a lot different if that one had got into touch. In the ball goes. Solid scrum from Welkom Gym. Henning manages to get it back to Baxter. Couple passes. Unfortunately, Jasper can't hold on. So it's going to be a Gym put in now. They've managed to get something back out of that missed kick. On the front foot. Grobelaar was put under a lot of pressure there. Just shifting the ball on. Cohen Jasper wasn't able to hold on. So the knock forward gives Gimmies a good opportunity, a great attacking platform here. They've got a bit of a blind side to work with if they want it. And if their last scrum's anything to go by, they should get some good front foot ball from this set piece. Penalty. Decision time now. 6 minutes left. We're going to see a yellow card here. That is a massive blow. With 6 minutes to go, he'll be back for the last minute of the game, with 5 minutes being the sin bin time. Tommy Bezuidenhout, by the looks of things.
I think referee Graciano Pino just got a little bit tired of all the infringements at the scrum there, Nick. That's about the third or fourth penalty that Bezuidenhout has conceded. Really struggling at the scrums today are HTS Drostdy. Welkom Gym will hope to get the 3 points here and then capitalize on the one-man advantage.
So the kicking duties have fallen to McNeil Matthews in jersey number 19. Oh, he likes it. He likes it a lot. Straight off the boot, he was turning and running.
The penalty is good. Turning it into a 1.
Brilliant kick from McNeil Matthews. So Welkom Gym backed themselves to score here and get down in the half and get some more points and win this one. Just over 4.5 minutes to go in this one. Drostdy with the restart. Baxter goes quite deep off the kick and it's just fallen into space and gone into touch. That's a win there for Drostdy. And knowing the Gimmies line out and how it's gone today, they've got an opportunity to get the ball back.
Absolutely, that line will also just eat into the clock a little bit while Bezuidenhout is off the field.
So Gimmies managed to get it back. Taken into contact, Jamie Haynes. Haven't seen a lot of the man in the number 13 jersey. Davids with the boot downtown. That's not a bad kick from the fly half. They've gone quickly. Cohen Jasper with the ball, goes back to the left-hand side. Running hard is Van Rooyen. Henning's looking for the ball. Jimmy's trying to disturb that one, but it's come back on the Drostdy side. Henning. Oh no, goes through the hands, but it's tidied up by Viljoen. Henning, Baxter. Skip pass to Grobler, beats one defender. Gives a pass into the hands of Janssen. Good defending there from the Jimmy's boys, but they've given a penalty away. Overzealous at the breakdown, going off their feet. Ryan Davids with just over 3 minutes to go in this one. Drostdy are getting themselves into the right part of the field, and that is a brilliant penalty kick from Sean Baxter.
Again, just eating up more time. Another 2 minutes left before Bezerino comes back. Also deep in the opposition territory.
Yeah, that's always what you want to see. You want to be on the opposite end of the field to your own try line in the dying stages when you're only just ahead. They've gone to the back, Van Rensburg, but it's gone right over the top. Picked up by Kiewit, the little scrum half. He's had a good day with ball in hand. Janssen's taken him in a solid tackle, and he's stolen the ball. So they go to the left-hand side. Grobler. Tackle just inside the 22 of Welkom Gymnasium. Henning. Looking for his big runners. Viljoen. Viljoen looks like he's gone in quite upright, but he's got to ground, luckily for Drostdy. Henning. Baxter. Baxter with a wide ball into the hands of Nel. Nel giving it off to Jasper, who gives it off into the hands of Comfort. Comfort going for the line. It's going to be an interesting. He's given the try, has the referee. What a run there from Bianco Comfort. Top score from the number 6, who was full of running on Thursday too. Great work in the outside channels from the flank. Benicio Comfort getting in for the score. And
great work there again from Cohen Jasper. Quick hands to put Comfort away. And they weren't going to stop the big, strong man rumbling forward.
That sort of put the game beyond doubt, I think, now. With 1.5 to go. 2014 up. This is going to eat into another 30 seconds, you would think.
Stranger things have happened, Nick.
That is true. It's a tough kick for Sean Baxter, right outside, right wide outside on the right-hand side. It's a good strike. It sounded good. That's a brilliant kick from the fly-off. My goodness, he's been on fire with the boot. And here comes Bezerino back onto the field. Just 40 seconds left on the clock. FC Du Plessis trying to rally his troops to get going as the kick goes deep into the 22. Easy stuff there for HTS Drostdy to take. Just a good passing there. They've got themselves into a bit of space here. Brilliant work. Comfort the try scorer again. Looking on the switch, but he takes the defenders on. Good defending there from Keko Morabe. Penalty, Jimmy's.
Sealing off there, Nick.
Just looking for a consolation score here, you'd think. FC Du Plessis is going to kick this one to the corner. That looks like not a bad strike from the fullback. Just short of the 22. Time's up on the clock. 22-14. 7-pointer will make it a 1-point game. It'll be quite heartbreaking for him as they try and set up another driving maul. Nordier attempted to sack it, but he was unsuccessful. They get all the men in here by the looks of things. They're trying to get the mass maul going, but it's going sideways. Jimmy's just bundled into touch. Just not enough support and not enough passion on that one. So that's a final whistle. Full time on this one. HTS Drostdy beating Welkom Gym by 22 points to 14. Folks, we've got one more game left today. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be another humdinger in the mist in Bothers Hill. Selborne College taking on HTS Middelburg. We'll see you in a bit.
Don't go away.